Hello everybody, this is David at CasaTunes, and today we're going to review how to use SoundMachine with CasaTunes. So we're going to start off by going to the SoundMachine website, and we've already created an account and logged in. And the first step is to select the music that we want to listen to. Now in our example here, I'm going to assume that we've got a coffee shop that's open 7 days a week, and we want to play music from 6 in the morning to 6 at night. We're going to play mellow music, mellow background music, mostly of today's pop. So let's go ahead, and the first thing we want to do is select the different stations that we're interested in listening to in our coffee shop. So as I mentioned, we're going to actually create a mix, a combination of stations. And I'm going to select pop, and I'm going to put this down to the mellow variety, and I'm going to add that to my stations. And the next one is going to be, let's pick the acoustic pop. Again, we're going to keep it at the mellow stations. And let's see, I saw some easy listening, that sounds good. Let's add that to my stations. And I saw, I think, some Ed Sheeran. There's an Ed Sheeran station, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. And also a Jack Johnson, one of my favorites, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. Alright, so we've added about 5 different stations, and here they are. So the next step is, so this just gives you a list of the stations that you selected, so it gives you a filtered list, which is convenient. So the next step is to go ahead and create our mixes. So we're just going to create a single mix for our coffee shop. We're going to name it David's Coffee Shop Mix. And we're just going to go ahead and add our stations to that. Now, like, we've already filtered our stations that we're interested in, so we can just go ahead and select those. Now here you can see the weight is something that you can configure. So this is how much each station is going to contribute in terms of songs. And I want them basically to be the same. So I'm going to bring this one back over here. And that's more or less close to being even. So that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and accept that. Okay, so the next step is to schedule our mixes that we want to listen to in the coffee shop. Let's go ahead and add a new schedule. We'll call this David's Coffee Shop Schedule. And let's see here, I'm going to go ahead and add a scheduled item. So I want to be able to play that mix every day of the week, and we're going to play it from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night. So this selects our schedule, and now we've got to select our mix. So we'll go ahead and select David's Coffee Shop Mix. Okay, so we've selected the stations that we're interested in, and those are now in my station. We created a mix from my stations, and then we scheduled that mix. Now, something that's nice is by using mixes, I can change the stations that are part of the mix remotely using this SoundMachine website without ever having to change the music where the coffee shop is located. So that's a nice feature add there. And then the last part is if you have messages that you want to promote different activities in your store, like say maybe we have a special on coffee beans this week, you can program these messages, group them, and then play them back at different times of the day, or after so many songs and so forth. So that's another nice convenient feature that the Sound Machine provides. Okay, so this is all we really need to do on the Sound Machine side. The next step is to show you how we set it up in CasaTunes. Okay, so in CasaTunes here I have my coffee shop indoors area, and I've selected the Sound Machine source. It's recommended that you dedicate a source for your Sound Machine music. So let's go ahead and now add our, well, we're not going to add our Sound Machine music service because it's already here, but if you wanted to add it, you simply just click on the plus button and select it, and enter the credentials, and you can go. But Sound Machine is just like any other CasaTunes music service. So if we navigate into it, you'll see there's something similar to what you saw on the website. We can organize stations by genres. We can just look at the broad list of different stations, or we can look at that filtered list of my stations and my mixes. And so if the customer wants to have a more ad hoc, they can always come in here and just select their music, from here. So for example, I can select David's Coffee Shop Mix, and that'll start playing Coffee Shop Mix. So we can pick any of the stations, my stations, mixes, schedules, and play those just as you normally would play other radio stations from a different music service. So you can do that, and if you want, you can just leave this zone on all the time and just play it that way. The disadvantage of that is that you've got your system running all the time, so you're basically, your amplifiers are going to be turned on all the time. So it's probably not the most efficient way to use CasaTunes and Sound Machine together. So instead what we do is we recommend that you set up an alarm, a CasaTunes alarm, that basically wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning and then shuts off all the rooms at 6 o'clock at night. So in order to do that, though, we need to be able to select the Sound Machine mix that we're listening to. We need to be able to schedule that as the CasaTunes music to play in our room. So the way we do that is we allow you to play featured items, to select featured items in alarms. So the first step then is to select our mix as a featured item. So to do that, we navigate into the Sound Machine again, and we go into the mixes, and we basically create a featured item, the David's Coffee Shop Mix as a featured item. Once we've done that, we can now schedule that featured item. So let's go ahead in here. We're going to go ahead and edit the alarms, and we have no scheduled alarm, so let's go ahead and create one. And we're going to start at 6 o'clock, and we're going to have an end time. It's going to be 6 p.m. We want to do this every day of the week, and we want our volume to be, let's say, 30. Now we want to select this source, the Sound Machine 1 source, and we're going to go pick our music, and we're going to go pick David's Coffee Shop Mix, and we can go ahead and save that. Okay, and now we have set up our alarm, and so this is basically going to turn on the coffee shop indoors room at 6 o'clock in the morning, turn it off at 6 o'clock at night, play it every day. It's going to select the Sound Machine source and play our coffee shop mix. So this is the way we recommend that you set up Sound Machine with CasaTunes. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us. We hope this has been helpful, and we think the Sound Machine is an awesome music service for commercial setups. Thank you.